illusion. You're living on your nerve. When someone drops a cup and I submerge, I'm swimming in a circle. I feel I'm going down. There has to be a fall to play my part. But someone thought of me there, but all I really wanna know, oh, won't you show me the way every day? I want you, show me the way. Oh, I want you there, I wonder if I'm dreaming. I feel so unashamed. I can't believe this is happening to me. I watch you when you're sleeping, and I wanna take your love. Oh, won't you show me the way every day? I want you, show me the way. One more time. I want you there, I want you there, I want you, show me the way every day. I want you, show me the way night and day. I want you there,
Hey, Pete, are you on mute? Okay, well, we hope to have Pete on soon. In the meantime, I'll toss on a song for you. How about that? How about something that celebrates the beautiful weather that we're having today? Here's U2 on WRCR.
The heart is a balloon, shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend.
Yes, Pete, we got you. We're back.
To show you the way. We are back here on YouTube as well and Facebook, I believe. Off to a rocky road, but no worries. The weekend got the best of me. It was a long weekend, and I'm still a little bit in weekend mode. We are back, Clemville, WRCR AM 1700. Hope everybody's doing well on this Monday afternoon. Beautiful weather outside. Looking forward to a week of excellent weather here, getting closer to spring. By next week, we'll be deep in the high 50s and looking forward to tank tops, t-shirts, shorts, and all that good stuff. Yes, welcome back, everybody. I know it was a long weekend, a little bumpy start, but we have things under control. Kevin, how are you feeling on this Monday? Good weekend?
It was a good weekend. I ended up going to church for the first time in years, and it felt good to connect with the community, and just overall just feeling really good and glad to be here once again.
That's great. I saw that post that you finally, you've been doing it obviously was it online or via Zoom? But you actually made this step into the structure, the facility, and met the people, the congregation face to face. So another great step forward. Where was the church you went to?
Up in Thelis, I guess. I guess that's how you call it. But yeah, it was a really good community, and I'm really glad that I went, and I can't wait to go back.
Good stuff. All right, it's 3:20. We'll take our first break. Like I said, a little choppy out of the gate, but nonetheless, we are here in Clemville. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's great music that doesn't get in the way of your work. AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
We all want to live healthier lives and make good decisions. Join me, Carrie Potter, on the second Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. for House Calls, a health series brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Each show will feature a different health topic and specialist. Your calls and questions are welcome. That's the second Thursday of the month at 5 p.m. for House Calls, brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Advancing care here.
Right now, police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals and use crosswalks. And drivers, yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. If you don't, we will educate you on the law, and you may get a ticket, because tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hi, I'm Kevin Thomas. If you're looking for something that will make you smile, look no further. On The Good with Kevin Thomas, I've got positive stories and music to get you through your day. The Good with Kevin Thomas, weekdays at 2 p.m. before Clem in the p.m. right here on WRCR and WRCR.com. take a look at the road with Hudson Valley Traffic.
Traffic is moving well on most of our roadways today in Westchester County, including 287 and the New York State Thruway, the Sawmill, the Sprain. Of course, you do have delays northbound Hutch coming up out of the Bronx into the Cross County. No surprise there. And the Tappan Zee Bridge is fine. No problems at all in Rockland County on the Thruway or on the Palisades. There is construction work in West Nyack on 303 northbound, north of Palisades Center Drive. Traffic sponsored by Macy's. Join Macy's in support of Girls Inc. throughout the month of March. Give online today or round up your store purchase amount and donate your extra change up to 99 cents to Girls Inc. Learn more at Macys.com/purpose. And from the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm Chris Majette.
Weather for tonight, increasing clouds with the low around 20 degrees. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 44. Wind chill values between 20 and 30 degrees as the wind will increase and gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. For Tuesday night, a 20% chance of showers before 11 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with the low around 32. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 49 degrees. For Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 39. And for Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37 degrees. That's the weather forecast for WRCR. I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com. And the current temperature is 34.
And we are back here on this beautiful Monday, starting the week off here in Clemville. Let me just fix my crown. All right. So last night, my wife texted me. I was out, I don't know, getting dinner for the kid. Where I don't even know where I was, running around. Oh, I was at my son's baseball evaluations, moving up to the minors. They had evaluations, the kids pitch, throw, catch, all that good stuff. So my wife texted me, Sammy ate Giovanna's mini cheesecake. You know, they're like those handheld cheesecakes, not a big one, a small one, individual serving. It's like a slice, but put in a little container, plastic container. You open it up, you eat it, single serving cheesecake. So Sammy somehow got his paws on it, ate the cheesecake. I mean, he's eating worse. He eats socks, he eats underwear. You know, we tried to be on top of it, but guy's a snake. So that being said, it was probably 1:30. I hear Sammy banging his cage. You know, we keep him in his cage at night. He's got a nice, big, luxurious cage, plenty of room. And by 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, he's usually passed out. By the middle of the night, he rolls over on his back. I mean, he's just like totally out of it, just delirious. Now he's got a little roommate, Mickey, got a little cage next to him. Ozzy's the only one we leave out of the cage at night. So Sammy's banging away on the cage, banging. Nobody's getting up to help him. So I said, let me get up. Let me go see what's going on. Everybody's sleeping through this. I can't see how they're sleeping through this. But as the father, the matriarch of the house, let me go downstairs and see what's going on. Sammy had diarrhea on half of his cage. Normally he's good. He doesn't go to the bathroom in his cage ever. But I guess the cheesecake, as delicious as it was, and I'm sure he was looking for more, the cheesecake, his body's not used to that, so it just went through him. Like, he enjoyed it. I'm sure he was licking his chops, trying to score another one, thinking of when he would get another cheesecake. But hours later, that cheesecake did its damage, and I was the one who had to take the tray out, go outside. Good thing it was warm out. I got my hose out, I rinsed it down, got some cleaner, cleaned it up, dried it up, then I cleaned him up. They went back to bed and he felt good. The reason why I share that story for you is because I saw today on WRCR Facebook page that our very own Will of the Jeff and Will Morning Show, I believe, had tasted his first belly buster ever for such a,
well-versed man, I figured Will would have tried White Castle by now, but he hasn't until today, where his co-host turned him on to one of the greasiest things you'll ever eat in your life. I myself enjoy a good White Castle once every 3-4 years. My body, I don't even want to share the story. I know I shared it on a Clem in the PM afternoon train wreck. That might have been why I was on hiatus for a few years. But yeah, the White Castle burger may have a feeling of euphoria when you eat it. Give you that feeling of euphoria. You know, it's like when you eat something good, you're like moaning and groaning. It's like sexual, you know, it's like ah. Now, I see that they say Will had enjoyed it. I mean, by the pictures, it looked like he enjoyed it. But I want to know, has anybody heard from Will now? It's like when you take that colonoscopy body cleanse prior to the colonoscopy. You know, you're drinking it all down, everything's great, hunky-dory, and then all of a sudden, you get that little feeling down below hours later. You know the floodgates are about to open. So I know Will enjoyed the White Castle. I see that he's even going to take his fiance. I would wait until he married Will. I mean, she may call off the wedding, honestly. Like, you expose someone to a White Castle and they got to go through the after effects. It could be problematic to the relationship. I want to know how Will's doing. If anybody has heard from him, please let me know, because for the body to experience a White Castle, the initial shock it goes through. For those of you that have had the belly busters, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just like basically drinking grease. You know, you cook a steak, you fry some French fries, you take all that grease, you mix it up in a smoothie, and you drink it. That's the effects that a White Castle. Now, I don't know how many Will had. God forbid he had more than 2. I mean, he may end up in the ER. I don't know. I mean, not with food poisoning, but just those intestines, the amount of work they're going to be put under. Holy moly. So I'm looking forward to Will's after reaction. Not the initial, because the White Castle in itself is... I don't know how people eat it all the time. I mean, you've got to have some sort of fortified interior to eat White Castles more than a few times a year. Honestly, those things are deadly. In their best form, they are the deadliest thing I could probably think to put in my body. So I'm not sure if Will is at his second job. I know he's at the car wash, or if he's hanging around the laboratory, because the White Castles have had their effect. But it was just reminiscent of Sam and the cheesecake. I pictured Will somewhat in the same scenario after having his first White Castle. I haven't had a White Castle in quite some time, and I could say that I'm glad, because the stomach for at least a day, possibly 2. It's just not itself. It's under siege from whatever that White Castle is composed of, breaking up inside my intestines, working its way, outward. It does some sort of lingering. It does have some sort of lingering effect on my body. So let's see if Will was able to have his first White Castles without any of those catastrophic after effects that would happen several hours down the road. We'll stay tuned tomorrow morning for the Jeff and Will morning show and get the update there. The good old White Castles. I had, oh my God. You think back of high school days. Man, I had a couple of friends. That was their go-to. Like, we go out late at night, and everyone's like, where you want to go? There was Ray's Diner right there. Right on 59, a staple of Rockland County, one of the great diners. And up the street was White Castle. And some of my boys, they had to get that castle. What's that sack called? There's a special name for that, like that. Like the sack of death? The bludgeoned bundle of burgers. I don't know what they call it, but it's like you get like a sack. We got White Castles once, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I got to double check with the wife, but I believe like at our parties, I think we got White Castles once, or someone might have brought them, like a sack of White Castles, like the party sack. You know, they're a good gift. I mean, especially if you're going to someone's house who, you know, you're gonna make up for something they did to you in the past. Somehow they outed you, they embarrassed you, they threw you under the bus, whatever. You bring over a sack of the White Castles, you do them right. Those things should have a waiver.
Crave case.
Is that what it's called? The Crave case?
Yeah.
Outstanding job, Kev. Outstanding. The Crave case. How many come in a Crave case? Do you know? It's a lot of burgers. I know that.
I think it's more than 12.
I honestly, I thought it was along the lines of 20 or 30, if I'm not mistaken. They must have had a Crave container at one point, because I vaguely remember my boys, unless they got a couple of those Crave cases, but I could have swore they had like the sign your life away sack. You know, it was like 20 or 30 of those White Castles. And a couple of my boys would just dig deep into those. And they also had their version, I don't know if they still have it now, but their version of a fillet of fish, which that thing is atomic. I'd rather have a nuclear margarita with, like, you know, sand as the salt around the rim than I don't think it's a fillet of fish, or maybe the fish fillet, or the castle cod, the cod of castle. But that thing is even, they must double grease that thing, double fry it. The castle, wow. And it's like they're so small. They're palm, you know, they're the size of your palm. You know, sometimes you get a burger, it's like 2 pounds of meat. I'm not a fan of the huge burger. But that castle, I mean, you know, you just put it in your mouth and it melts. It's like it just deliquifies in your mouth. It goes from somewhat substance to just soluble liquid grease pit. So again, if anybody talked to Will, give us an update, or we'll all be eagerly waiting tomorrow morning's show to see how he handled the after effects. You know, it's easy to just eat a castle. I mean, you could eat 10 in one sitting with no problem because they're so small. But you know that moment when your body is telling you, where's my sound effect board? Did you do? I'm off today. We'll see. Jeff, I know, is a big proponent of those belly busters. Who was on last week? One of the, I don't think it was Supervisor Monahan. That guy's got abs of steel. I can't see him putting in White Castle burgers down his mouth. The way he was talking about eating salmon for breakfast and egg whites and all that stuff. But there was somebody, was it Howard Phillips? I don't think it was Howard Phillips. Was it Supervisor Holman? Someone was talking about those belly busters. Like they had acquaintances with him. Today, Supervisor Holman, you heard him this morning talking about Chick-fil-A. One step closer. I've actually found something, I don't want to say better than the chicken sandwich. The spicy Chick-fil-A sandwich, I mean, is golden. It's a home run. I love it. But their salads with their, you know, you can get either grilled chicken or their fried chicken cut up into their salads. They have 3 different kinds. Their salads are awesome. I've been killing the salad. Now, you think you're doing yourself justice by ordering a salad opposed to, like, you know, the fried chicken sandwich with fries. But the salad in itself is healthy, but then you got all the additives. Like you got the fried chicken. I don't like the grilled chicken. I'm not going to eat grilled chicken. I'm going to Chick-fil-A. I want fried chicken. But I get the salad, and then they have all these dressings. This spicy avocado cilantro or something. I don't even know what it is. It's insane. Then they got the spicy Santa Fe. You know, dressing is like 4,000 calories. So I leave there thinking I'm doing myself justice, ordering a salad. I'm like, wow, what discipline I have. I pulled up to Chick-fil-A and ordered a salad. Whoa. And then once I pour the dressing on, and it comes in with like this side pack of croutons or wontons or chictons, whatever they are. They're like these spicy things, and you pour all that stuff on. It's like I feel my salad has just multiplied in weight by 4 pounds. I shake it all around, and I love it. I'm telling you, if you have not had Chick-fil-A, a salad from Chick-fil-A, you got to do yourself right. George Holman's talking like it's a done deal. Like Chick-fil-A just has to work out some kinks. Town of Clarkstown has to revise some laws, some ancient laws. I believe me, I've been there, done that. They wanted to take the cone. All hail the revolt! Woo! Over 3,000 signatures. The cone stay. Woo! They knew. I'm telling you, they were like, yo, this guy is nuts. Holy moly, this guy's literally nuts. I was giving out free ice cream. Anybody who came signed the petition to save the cone. We went to the town. I think it was like 3,500 signatures. Don't matter about the we give it all away. Just come out, support, and people were in support of that cone. All hail the revolt. All right, 3:40. I hope you prayed for the people of Ukraine, even the soldiers in Russia. I pray for them too. Some of them don't want to be there. They want to be home with their families. They just left a beautiful, peaceful environment, home with their kids, providing, a house, a home, shelter, love, and now they're called on by some madman to go bomb a country that they got no business being there. They know that. So pray for everybody. 3:40. We'll take a quick break. All hail once again. Not the revolt, but the king.
Traffic, weather, and music you remember on AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
Hi, Lou Young here with a new type of radio reality for the new year. Every week we'll spend 2 hours together learning to recognize the profound and permanent changes taking place all around us. Listen, it's a wake-up call to action. The signs are everywhere. The solutions are between your ears and in your heart. Tough Times with Lou Young, Saturdays, WRCR, 1 to 3 p.m. Join us. I dare you.
Did you know that the Historical Society of Rockland County has a history show right here on WRCR? Hi, I'm Claire Sheridan from the Historical Society of Rockland County. Join me every third Monday of the month, right after the Jeff and Will Morning Show, when we'll explore and learn about the rich history of Rockland County, with different topics and guest speakers every month. That's the third Monday of every month at 9:30 a.m., sponsored by the Historical Society of Rockland County. Visit our website at rocklandhistory.org to learn more about our events, programs, and membership. That's rocklandhistory.org, or call us at 845-634-9629. That's rocklandhistory.org, or 845-634-9629.
This is Naomi Stryker at Q Home Sales. Did you just lose a loved one? Is there property involved in the estate? If yes, I can be of help. If you are in need of an evaluation for estate purposes or in need to sell the property, please give me a call at 845-364-0007. Naomi Stryker at Q Home Sales, 845-364-0007.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Well, good afternoon. We've got a very good start so far. New York State Thruway is looking good. So is 84. No problems either on 684, 287. 95 is in the clear. We do have 218 closed still, both directions through West Point, Cornwall. You want to stick with 9W instead. Some traffic is building up on the Hutch northbound. from exit 4B up to the Cross County. Quite typical. This report is sponsored by Macy's. Join Macy's in support of Girls Inc. throughout the month of March. Give online today or round up your store purchase amount and donate your extra change up to 99 cents to Girls Inc. Learn more at Macy's.com/purpose. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimmeyer.
Weather for tonight. Increasing clouds with the low around 20 degrees. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 44. Wind chill values between 20 and 30 degrees as the wind will increase and gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. For Tuesday night, a 20% chance of showers before 11 p.m. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with the low around 32. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 49 degrees. For Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 39. And for Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37 degrees. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com. And the current temperature is 34.
Alrighty, we are back here in Clemville, WRCR AM 1700, WRCR.com. Let me try something. All right, my production skills are very weak. I'm looking for someone to sit in here. I'm going to pay them very low wages, and you do production, okay? You're gonna move this button like I'm trying to do right now. Let me see if I have this right. Let me go to CNN, all right? And let me try this. Okay. Now, beautiful. All right. Before I get to that, I'm going to go to this story. All right, we are back. By the way, we're here on WRCR, your hometown radio station. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers. Clem in the PM, radiotherapy being delivered right now. Not intravenously, no pinch. Just the warm sensation, okay? So, nowadays crime is rampant. All the criminals, they don't care. They're just going to commit crime because they know they're going to be back on the street within an hour, 2 hours a day, no problem. They don't care. I mean, they're just going to come up. They're going to rip your chain off your neck. They're going to come into your store, steal everything. They're going to break into Macy's when they're open and just walk through, putting clothes in bags and walking out. They don't care. By the way, Matt checking in. All hail Matt. Yes, you're right. They're belly bombers. What was I calling them? Belly busters? That's right. They're belly bombers. What do I know about White Castle? I go there once every 3.5, 4 years. Every leap year I go to White Castle. That's how I celebrate leap year. All right. So criminals are running rampant. They're doing their thing. They're loved by some of these progressive and democratic politicians. It's like, they had their whole life, against them. It's not their fault. They're criminals. They're trying to feed their families. All this nonsense. You know that. All right. So a would-be gas station robber. A robber. That's right. Dwayne Fain. What a name. Dwayne Fain. It's the main Dwayne Fain. Dwayne Fain, 53, tried to take a sharpened mop handle and attack the gas attendant for the money. But little did he know that the gas attendant, 34-year-old from the Bronx. I mean, if you pick a fight with a guy from the Bronx? Come on now. Please. So he comes at him with this sharpened broom handle. This dude he's like, I'm not having this. He goes in for the wrestling takedown, picks him up in the air, body slams Dwayne Fain down to the ground, pretty much rendering him useless, and they hold him down till the cops come. The cops arrested him. And under New Jersey's bail reform laws, he was shortly released after his, arrest. But nonetheless, I love it when someone stands up. Sometimes, listen, it's not worth getting robbed. I'm not saying you should stand up to the villain all the time. But I just love when they do and they make it out all right and the villain's left with like broken ribs, slammed down on the ground. Hopefully he cracked his head on the ground. Knock some sense into his criminal-minded self. So I'm going to take this one next level. All right, that was a great one. I love it. I love the fact this guy, he prepares a broomstick, he sharpens it up. He thinks he's like Rambo in the jungle, gonna rob this gas station attendant. He's like, "Yo, I got this sharpened broomstick. I'm a master at broomstick offense, weaponry." The guy laughs at him, just bum rushes him, picks him up, throws him down on the ground, knocks his stick out of his hand, and then the cops come, do what they got to do. But sadly, because of the laws, they got to basically give him the red carpet out of the police station. Here, you're free to go. All right, so we're taking the next level. A gentleman is at a gas station pumping gas. Okay, he's got the gas thing inside the car. The nozzle inside the car. He's pumping the gas, and all of a sudden, if you're on YouTube right now, you're gonna be able to see this. If you're not on YouTube, I'm gonna talk you through it. So let me just play this and then redo it here. He's sitting there pumping his gas, and all of a sudden, this white van pulls up right next to him. He's just minding his own business, pumping his gas. This white van pulls up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 men of color jump. 3 men of color jump out. You can clearly see the driver. There's a video camera at the station filming this. I've watched this thing 100 times. When I saw it posted originally, it was on TikTok, but then someone reposted on Facebook. I watched it like 20 times, right? Like, I couldn't stop watching it. They pull up, and you see right away the intent. They don't even like roll down the window, hey, what's going on? The driver pulls up, he starts to get out to bum rush the guy. 2 other guys get around, they come around the other side to bum rush him. All of a sudden, what would you do? Would you let these assailants bum rush you, knock you senseless, maybe kill you, steal your car? The quick thinking of, I'm going to read, this guy's Captain Clemerica. All right, this guy is now Captain Clemerica. He saved the day. He treated the criminals like they needed to be treated. What he did, he took the nozzle out of the car and he starts squirt here. If you're on YouTube, Matt, check this out. You see that? Matt, what are your thoughts on that? Is that beauty or what? All right, I mean, that in itself, this guy is a hero. Now, honestly, it would have probably been better had he had a match and sent them on their merry way, inflamed. Because I tell you, I'm inflamed by the criminals just thinking they could do this stuff. Rolling up on some guy who's hardworking, maybe going home to his family, going to work late at night, filling up the gas, paying $174 to fill up 13 gallons. And now, these guys think they're going to just pull up like it's nobody's business and rob this guy of his car, of his life. But he wasn't having it. He pulls, I'm telling you, this thing is like a water gun with gas. And you know that. I mean, come on, I get a little gas on me. I get a little gas on me when I'm pouring it into the backpack blowers. And I'm like, don't go in my cut. Don't go in the bloodstream. I don't want gas on me. This guy, he showered them. He showered all of them. And they went running. And drove away smelling like gas. Ooh, God, I wish someone, because he got gas all over their truck. I wish someone, when you're behind, like when you're behind someone and they fling a cigarette. I wish someone did that. Like, these guys are driving like, whoa, we got away. Oh, man, we got away. That guy squirted. And all of a sudden, someone behind, we're like, yo, man, we're free. Let's go somewhere else and do it. And then someone flings a cigarette butt and boom. That's how criminals need to be treated. You can't tell me these guys are stealing, to bring food home. I don't understand. What happened to going to work, by the way? Like, I heard these politicians like 2 weeks ago on the radio talking about, no, these people are committing these crimes to feed their family. I know me, like I get up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Sometimes I don't go to bed to feed my family. What happened to working hard to feed your family? It's like these politicians, they just like, they don't even acknowledge the work part. Yeah, no, these people, you don't understand. They're just committing these crimes because they don't have the food. Food pricing is so high and, everything is overpriced and they just don't have the means. So they have to steal and commit crimes. Who buys that garbage? I mean, I got to be honest with you. I know this kid. He came to me once. We have a good relationship. I'm probably up until this point because I know he listens to the show. I'm not going to say his name, but he'll probably figure it out. He came up to the ice cream store once when he was a young lad. He asked me for a donation. I gave him a lot to help him with his, his Boy Scout or whatever it was, his Eagle Scout thing. And for that, he was always grateful. I got to say, he always remembered that. He always had kind words about how, I'm a businessman extraordinaire, this and that, blah, 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 great example, energetic, all that. He always said nice words about me. I always had nice words about him, but he's too progressive now. I see his post. It's like he's trying to sell that garbage. That the criminals are criminals because, it's like they can't go find a job. They can't work. It's like they can't do what we all did. We all busted our hump to I know my dad. I mean, golly, guy had no education, and he got worked over like a hump by people. I mean, they underpaid him and he overperformed dramatically because he was just that type of person. But that being said, he never griped. He went out and hustled, man, and that's why I got that hustling spirit. Because I remember my dad doing it, just as many of you do. My mom too. My mom was a hustler, still is. But it's okay to go out and steal because you're giving it to your friend or you're giving it to your family. That's such garbage. That's why I was glad when I saw this. I watched it 100 times because that's what I want to happen to the criminals. They need to get burnt. And so do all the progressives and the Democrats who like, again, criminal is criminal. Now, we have to fix the system, obviously, but this is total garbage. This is absolute asinine. Criminals just thinking they can go out and commit crime and have no consequences. What happened to consequences? We must have consequences. So this gentleman, my hero, Captain Clemerica, I admire what he did. He stood up to the criminal. Who was that guy? This guy's the modern day Bernie Getz. Bernie Getz stood up to the criminals, shot them all. Good for them. I mean, oh, well, listen, you want to rob a guy, guess what? You robbed the wrong guy. He got a gun. He's going crazy. You hit him at the wrong moment, and now he turns you on the switches, and now we're supposed to be sympathetic. Ah! Oh, they robbed him, and they got shot. I would love Bernie Getz. I wish he would run for president. That's the guy we need. We need Bernie Getz as assistant vice president to the president. We do. We need more. We need him. We need Charles Bronson. Who else? We need Dirty Harry. This is the clean the swamp. Let's try it again. Trump said he's going to clean the swamp. He made it more swampier, I believe. Let's clean the swamp again. Let's get who's going to be the Dirty Harry? I said. We need Charles Bronson in there.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. All hail Kevin. Another genius idea. Chuck Norris for president right now. Let me tell you something. We dropped Chuck Norris off in Russia right now. Problem solved. I don't know what we're waiting for. I mean, golly, how long does it take to figure out what we got to do. I mean, Chuck Norris, boom, done. Rocky, if you have to, as a backup. But for real, man, I'm sick and yeah.
Yeah, I got Rosemary on the line.
Transistor.
Hi, I'm sorry to it's a very good talk you're doing. I just wanted to say, well, excuse me for interrupting, but what were you saying about the, not all the politicians, but they're surrounded by security, and they go home with gates around their homes, and they're packing heat, some of them, and how dare they not think about their constituents, you know? It gets me crazy.
I agree, and you know what? I don't want to say it because I heard someone say it. I think Sheriff Falco said it, but he was absolutely right. They're only gonna realize the destruction they've caused when something tragic happens to one of their loved ones, like one of their kids, their wife, when she's out shopping, a sister, a brother, someone close to them, when they get something horrific happening to them. And I'm not praying for this to happen. I hope someone comes to their mind, their right mind before this. But that's what it'll take. Someone will then realize that we've let the criminals run the roost here.
Thank you, Clem. Grazie.
Grazie. Clemenza. It's a Clemenza. All right, listen, it's 4:00. We're coming to the end of the first hour. It's Monday. Little bumpy start. I'm not on Facebook. I don't know what happened. Like something happened and I failed to connect. But we're on YouTube. We're on WRCR. We're on WRCR.com. And of course, smart speakers everywhere. Just tell it to play WRCR. All right. Now, Will, listen, if you want to broadcast, I got the porta potty. It's all connected. It's wired. I could have it delivered to the parking lot of WRCR tomorrow in Garnerville. Will, if you're having after effects from the belly bombers, let me get that right, not the belly buster, although to me they bust my belly, but they are belly bombers. That's correct. Thank you, Matt. Well, I can drop off the porta potty, as you see if you're on YouTube. This is what you get when you're on the YouTube and Facebook, but unfortunately today we're not. All right, let me go back to Clem Studio 69. We'll take a quick break, top of the hour, and we'll be right back. All hail the greatness.
AM 1700 WRCR Haverstraw.
Hi, I'm Roxanne Watson, inviting you to join us every Wednesday morning at 9:15 a.m. for Michael's Gifts, a weekly program that focuses on organ donation and patient advocacy. I will be taking your calls and share real-life stories. This show is dedicated in honor of my donor, Michael Boville, United States Coast Guard, and his amazing family. That's Michael's Gifts, every Wednesday at 9:15 a.m. Michael's Gifts is sponsored by Live On New York.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission to have more people sign up as organ, eye, and tissue donors.
Are you an organ donor?
What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States.
Now she's a powerful force for good.
That's my goal.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Running out of faith? Then stop by for a service. Don't forget to tune in to Faith Unscripted, a brand new show dealing with the big questions about God, faith, and you. Hosted by Clarkstown Reformed Church's own Pastor Rich. Every Tuesday at 10 a.m. only on WRCR, AM 1700.
Hello, Hudson Valley. It's Monday, February 28th, 2022. I'm Jeff Lewis with your WRCR News. A dozen local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies combined to get 13 weapons off the streets of Rockland earlier this month, and the indictment of 4 area men last week. Rockland County District Attorney Tom Walsh says the four were indicted for illegally possessing ghost guns or illegally possessed firearms that don't have a serial number. 3 handguns and 10 assault rifles, which are illegal to possess in New York State, were also seized in the operation. The men were from Congers, Pomona, and Nanuet, and each faces several charges. The investigation is ongoing. The statewide mask requirement for schools in New York is coming to an end this week. Governor Kathy Hochul said yesterday the school mask requirements will end this Wednesday.
I am so happy that we did have a mask requirement in place for schools, and at the time we even had a requirement for 2 short months for businesses to make sure that their customers and patrons and employees were masked or vaccinated as well. That's how we kept these numbers from getting even worse.
Hochul says if anyone wants to continue wearing masks, they can do so. New York will continue to distribute more than 20 million COVID tests to school districts across the state. Masks will still be required in certain settings, including healthcare and correctional facilities, transportation hubs, adult homes, and homeless shelters. Meanwhile, the number of COVID deaths in Rockland since the last report on Wednesday is up, while hospitalizations and total cases are both down. That's based on Friday's update by the county health department, and that's been the trend for the past month or so. We've got 1,159 fatalities due to COVID. That's up 4. We've got 6 hospitalized with coronavirus. That's down 5. And the total number of active cases is at 451, down 87. Last week's victim of a fatal pedestrian accident has been identified. Clarkstown police say 54-year-old Rockland resident Patrick O'Neill was struck while crossing Route 303 near Palisades Center in West Nyack on Wednesday night. Police say the driver remained on scene and did not appear to be impaired. The Clarkstown Police Detective Bureau asks anyone who may have seen anything or has video of the incident to contact them at 845-639-5840. If you think you've got what it takes to operate the grill room and catering hall at Stony Point's Patriot Hills Clubhouse and the halfway house near the 9th hole, you have until Thursday to get your proposal to the town. Supervisor Jim Monahan says the goal is ultimately to bring in new golfers.
We're looking to bring a business that will bring new opportunities for our Patriot Hills Golf Course facility, including new recreation business. We're looking at companies that do indoor golf simulators. We're looking to bring a sports recreation theme there. We want to use the opportunity for the outdoor patios.
The RFPs are due March 3rd. We have a link to it in this news article on our website. The county executive's office has announced several new staffing changes slated to take effect today. Replacing the now retired deputy county executive Guillermo Rosa is current chief of staff Mike Hoblin. Director of Strategic Communications John Lyon has been promoted to chief of staff, and former News 12 Hudson Valley reporter Beth Cephalou is taking over the Director of Strategic Communications position. The long-dormant Sane building in New City is getting a new committee this year in the legislature to help determine its future. Minority Leader Lon Hofstein says the new committee that's being put together will also include Clarkstown officials.
When you're sitting with a collage of ideas and there's no clear direction, maybe you need to start from square one. But I think this could be a very positive step because now people in the majority have said, yes, something needs to be done. Where before the mood was, no, we're just going to leave it.
The Sane building, which is across New Hempstead Road from the county's main offices, has been sitting idle since December 2017. The developer had offered to pay $4.5 million for the property and was going to take care of demolishing the building, but bailed in November 2018. I'm Jeff Lewis with your WRCR News. The weather's up next. The good starts at 2, and it's Clem in the PM at 3. For more news and breaking stories, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website, WRCR.com.
Now let's take a look at the road with Hudson Valley traffic.
Well, good afternoon. We've got a very good start so far. New York State Thruway is looking good. So is 84. No problems either on 684, 287. 95 is in the clear. We do have 218 closed still, both directions through West Point, Cornwall. You want to stick with 9W instead. Some traffic is building up on the Hutch, northbound from exit 4B up to the Cross County. Quite typical. This report is sponsored by Macy's. Join Macy's in support of Girls, Inc. throughout the month of March. Give online today or round up your store purchase amount and donate your extra change, up to 99 cents, to Girls, Inc. Learn more at Macy's.com/purpose. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimeyer.
Weather for tonight. Increasing clouds with the low around 20 degrees. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 44. Wind chill values between 20 and 30 degrees, as the wind will increase and gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. For Tuesday night, a 20% chance of showers before 11 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with a low around 32. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 49 degrees. For Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 39. And for Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37 degrees. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 35. The following program is furnished by its producer, host, and sponsors.
Welcome back, Clemaniacs. This is the second hour of Clem in the PM. Here's your host, Pete Clemente.
Yes. No. No. Yes. No. All right, we are back, Clemaniacs. Having a little fun with the, what is this called? Volume? No. Burn checking in. All hail Burn's arrival. Yes. How you doing, Burn? We are back here on the last day of February. Only 28 days. Do you think February feels neglected? I mean, like the redheaded stepchild of months, honestly. Like, it seems shortchanged. Just 28 days. When some have 31. 3 more days in some months. I mean, 2 is even a lot. Is there any months that have 29? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah, I've got a special caller for you right now. It's Mark Hannick.
Mark Hannick! Wow, what do we owe this to? Hello, Mark.
The reason I call is because the entire day the Verizon services are completely out, and I tried to pick a number that I might be able to reach. Of course, I picked the WRCR number. Because the Verizon is completely out.
All right, so what you're doing is, are you trying to see if Verizon works?
Trying to see whether Verizon works and whether you can hear. And I don't know if I can receive calls, but at least I can send out the call.
Well, Kevin could try to call you if you tell him off the air. Maybe he could try to call you back. But I hear you loud and clear. I mean, it sounds like you've obviously have a connection, so I would think that it's problem solved, right?
On the Pete Clemental, no, you don't call it that.
No, that was the old name, the Clem and the PM. That's okay though. No worries. Everybody knows the Pete Clemental show. Some people know Clemental Health. It's all good. It's all good. No worries. How have you been doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. I haven't caught the morning show, that early part of it. Are you home or are you in a nursing home now?
No, I went to the nursing home 5 weeks ago, and I spent all that time at the nursing home, and I finally got charged on Friday, and Lloyd brought me home, and now I'm home at the apartment in Scarsdale, and doing the morning show as usual, and I didn't miss a morning show the whole time I was away.
You're a trooper. So are you able, the main concern is that, are you able to take care of yourself when Lloyd isn't around? Is that doable?
Well, Lloyd is going to Chicago for a week. starting today, so I'll have to sense myself somehow. I'm on the 8-hour-a-day plan for home health aides because I'm not able to really get dressed or put on a jacket or anything like that, or put on any. It's very, very difficult.
And you feel that that's the best place for you is to be home, unable to take care of yourself, opposed to being in a facility where they come around and take care of you?
Well, actually, with 8 hours a day, that's a lot of time. So you get a lot done in 8 hours, and I think that will be sufficient.
So what does she come, like 8 to 4, 9 to 5?
Well, there's different home health aides today, and this arrangement is 9 to 5. I really need it to be 9 to 5, and the other side of 9 to 5, which would be 9 in the evening till 5 in the morning.
Right, in case you have to get up to go to the bathroom or, whatever the case may be. That's when you're at your most vulnerable, I believe, is in bed, not being able to get up, to take care of yourself.
Not being able to get out of the bed.
Right. But even if she was there from 9 at night to 5 in the morning, what then would you do from 5 in the morning to 9 at night? Like, you still have the same issues, though.
Well, you have some of the same issues.
I mean, are you like COVID? Like, does your body function better before 10 than after 10? Like, are you saying you would be able to get up and take care of yourself during the day? And you have like a vampire at night, you couldn't do that?
I think so, yeah. I think that might be so.
So if you fell down, God forbid you fell down at 11 p.m. tomorrow morning, or 11 that's a.m. 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Are you able to pick yourself up at 11 a.m. opposed to 4 p.m. in the afternoon or 9:30 in the evening? So at those different times throughout the day, your body functions at different levels where you think that certain times throughout the day you would have the strength to get up off the floor, shake it off, and move on with your day. And other times throughout the day, you wouldn't be able to accomplish that.
Well, that may be so. I may have less difficulty when it's earlier in the day.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think, it's tough. Especially a guy like you, you've been out, with the weather vane. You used to go to Bronx to the weather vane, and hiking. I mean, you said you should have probably been in the Guinness Book of World Records for consecutive hiking days. Did you ever look into that, by the way, to get into the Guinness Book of World Records? I'm sure you're probably up there. What was your record of hiking?
June 16th, 1986. I started hiking every day at least a mile. And I did not miss one day until September of 2020. All those years.
So 34 years. Now I just want to clarify your definition of hiking. Like, when I think hiking, I got to put on a pair of thick socks. I need, mountain boots. I got to spray myself with bug repellent. I got to take out a walking stick. I need a canteen. Like, to me, that's hiking. Some people consider hiking walking down to the corner store and getting the paper. What is your definition, Mark Hannick's definition of hiking?
She wants to ask you a question.
Oh, right.
Hold for a second. She wants to ask you a question. Hello?
Yeah, hi, love. How are you?
Hi, good day.
This is Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah, I just need to ask him a question. Just a sec.
Yeah, sure. Take your time. Don't worry. Actually, take 34 minutes to ask him all. So Mark has called in. If it's your birthday, we wish you a happy birthday from me and Mark and lovely Nicole there. My wife, her name is Nicole. You share birthdays with Jason Aldean, famous country singer. I know he's got a couple of good songs. Redneck, debut this Friday, 11 to 2. Gumbo Yaya. All right, tune into that. Maybe he'll have this guy, Aldine, on. Who else we got? Beef. Oh, that's Boef. B-O-E-F. What is that? That's Boef. Boef is a Dutch rapper. All right. He looks like a Boef. Or like a foreign beef. All right. Famous birthdays. That's about it. I mean, I don't even... Oh, no. How could I say that? How could I say that's it? How could I say that's it? We have so many... No, these aren't even famous people. They look famous. Eric Lindros, hockey player, 48. Gilbert Gottfried, 66. Is Mark Hannock back, or is he still with Nicole the nurse? Kev?
Sounds like he's still with the nurse.
All right, so listen, we're going to go. Tell him we have Oliver coming on, okay? I got to get to Oliver. We have updates with Oliver. But if he wants to call back, tell him I got 4:45 blocked off for him if he wants to try out that Verizon phone again. Make sure it's working at 4:45.
Tell him you're
Yes.
Now, back now, we have to see whether the phone works.
No, that's good. But listen, I have my man Oliver coming up. He does a sports segment every week. If you want to call back at 4:45, I'll be here for you if you want. But I got to clear the airwaves now because I got to take a break and get Oliver on.
I'll call back at 4:45.
I'll be here. It's always good talking to you. Say hi to Nicole. Tell her that's my wife's name, and we'll be back here on Clem in the PM.
With local news, local traffic, and local weather, if you like local, you'll love AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
Welcome to WRCR 1700 on your AM dial. I am Sonia Burgos Cranage, an attorney with the law firm of Sickle and Hicks, located in Suffern, New York. I will be your host on the third Thursday of the month at 9:30 in the morning, and it will be Senior Moments with Sonia. Yes, the third Thursday, Senior Moments with Sonia. Our firm is reaching out to the senior community in Rockland County because many of the senior groups cannot interact in person with speakers. Protect yourself and protect your assets through legal documents, and I hope you join us on the third Thursday of Senior Moments with Sonia.
This is Clarkstown Supervisor George Homan. Please join me for my monthly show, Hometown Happenings, which airs the first Thursday of each month from 9:30 to 10 a.m. We will take your calls, we'll have special guests, and update you about what's going on around town and in the county. So please join me, Supervisor George Homan, the first Thursday of each month from 9:30 to 10 a.m. for Hometown Happenings. You'll be happy that you did.
Are you concerned about water quality for recreation activities like fishing, boating, and swimming? Or about water quality and availability for drinking and landscape use? Is flooding a bigger issue and concern? Then tune in the second Thursday of every month for the Stormwater Consortium radio show at 9:30 a.m. on WRCR with your host, Michael Wilson. The show is sponsored by the Stormwater Consortium of Rockland County and Cornell Cooperative Extension of Rockland County. Discuss these issues and many others that relate to stormwater, runoff, and water quality.
Now let's take a look at the road and Hudson Valley traffic.
Well, good afternoon. We've got a very good start so far. New York State Thruway is looking good. So is 84. No problems either on 684, 287. 95 is in the clear. We do have 218 closed still both directions through West Point, Cornwall. You want to stick with 9W instead. Some traffic is building up on the Hutch northbound from exit 4B up to the Cross County, quite typical. This report is sponsored by Macy's. Join Macy's in support of Girls Inc. throughout the month of March. Give online today or round up your store purchase amount and donate your extra change, up to 99 cents, to Girls Inc. Learn more at Macy's.com/purpose. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimmeyer.
Weather for tonight. Increasing clouds with the low around 20 degrees. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 44. Wind chill values between 20 and 30 degrees as the wind will increase and gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. For Tuesday night, a 20% chance of showers before 11 p.m. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with the low around 32. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 49 degrees. For Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 39. And for Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37 degrees. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com. And the current temperature is 34.
Alrighty, we're supposed to have Oliver on by now. You know me. I'm hosting a brain. I got a brain fart going on. I'm trying to. Oh God, just bear with me. All right. I know Oliver is. I think he's joined the messenger, the meeting, but I'm having technical difficulties. This is why I need someone in here, redheaded stepchild, to help out. All right. 845-429-1700 is the number. If in fact you want to talk sports, bear with us. Updates with Oliver. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. All right. We're absolutely going to get here. Let's see. I'm signed in there.
Do you want him to call on
Nah. I got. Don't worry, buddy. I'm coming to the rescue. Here we go. Just hang in there, buddy. Launch. Join with. I got it. Don't worry. I got it. I'm not as stupid as I look. Here we go. I'm not as stupid as I look. Let's see. One more thing. I know I need to hit one more thing. Wait, let me hit that. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of you. Let me move this over. Let me move this. Let me hit the virtual camera. And where's my buddy? Wait. Off. Let me hit that off. Oliver. God, you guys don't understand what I'm going through here. Where is he? I don't see him. How come I don't see him? Hello? I thought I got it. Damn. All right, let's try this again. Oliver. Off. Zoom. I don't know. Let me see. Let me cancel this. All right, what happened? I got start virtual camera. I stream in. Oliver, you there? All right, we're going to be with you in a second, buddy. Yeah, Kev, tell him. I don't know what happened. I'm going to end the meeting for all. We're going to have to end it today like that. I'm sorry, buddy. Tell him to call in. All right? Yes, we have little technical difficulties. Sometimes these things happen. I'm not sure what happened, but we'll get on the way. By the way, Anthony, all hail. Antonio letting me know that February has 29 days every 4 years. I believe that's called a leap year. That's when I have my belly bombers. All right, Oliver, I apologize for those of you out there. I apologize. Anonymously wants to talk NASCAR. If you want to talk NASCAR, I'm going to put you in touch with my buddy Dave. Dave, he circles his calendar for like NASCAR days. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm going to hibernate this weekend. NASCAR's on. I'm not taking calls. He'll let me know. Listen, if you need me to come over and do something, if you want to buy Bitcoin, I'm free between 11 and 2 and after 7. Then I got NASCAR for the weekend. Dave will talk NASCAR with you anonymously. Absolutely. All right, we got Oliver on?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oliver, I apologize. Call in when you get a chance. All right. It's little technical difficulties today, but nonetheless, we'll get you on. We'll talk sports. Talk about sports. What's going on with baseball? I mean, are they gonna play? I mean, Derek Jeter out. That's why we got to get Oliver on. We got stuff to talk about. All right, Derek Jeter, just a resignation. No, out of left. Talking about out of right field. I mean, boom, just like that, done. But baseball, I mean,
I guess you.
Guess he what?
I guess you can say that when it comes to Derek Jeter and the Miami Marlins, he made a shortstop.
He made a shortstop. All right, I'll give you that. I thought you said short stack, but you said shortstop. All right. We're waiting for our man Oliver. Updates with Oliver. 420, sponsored by Pete's Chimney More. Chimneys, Gutters, Roofing. It's what we do. So we got sports to talk about. I mean, football. It's been done. I think we're over that. We could breathe. It's tough, when there's no football, but there's basketball. Obviously, the Nets, the new look Nets, the 76ers, the Knicks blowing another one. Lot to talk about here. I mean, the Lakers, they stink. Lot to talk about. We'll be with our man Oliver. Let me just text him. I'm not sure if he's probably waiting on the Zoom thing. I can't figure it out for some reason. I totally blew it today. What happens sometimes? I got a lot going on. Can't handle all the pressure. Let me tell him to call in. Hold on. Call in. So again, if you have any questions for our man Oliver, anything sports related, or if you just want to ask him anything in general about his clothing line, hats, 845-429-1700. He'll be calling in 1 second right now. Yes. I don't know. Like this Zoom stuff, I thought I had it, and then just like that, it backfired. I couldn't get no volume. I couldn't get no picture on. I went through all the steps. Let me stop virtual. We don't need virtual camera now. Let me stop virtual camera. We don't need that. It is what it is. That's live radio and live production. When it's not live, you can edit it.
There's a lot of bells and whistles with it.
No doubt. Absolutely. You can edit it, make it all look good. But when it's live, you just got to go with the flow. Oh, man, Michelle from Nanuet, our health guru here, married to the king of Coquito. I guess in essence, she would be the queen. By marriage, of course. She went, I don't know, with or without Aaron, to a freestyle concert this weekend. I'm trying to pitch a freestyle show Friday night. I don't know. I guess nobody wants to hear it. But freestyle music to me was the best times, the 80s, the early 90s. It was a short stretch, but it was great times. And Michelle went to a concert. She sent me some videos. Alicia, I remember going to Breaking Away. Me and Russ Merman on the dance floor, all night passion. 2 Turned On. So Michelle sent me a video. Alicia, she hasn't aged well. Unlike a fine wine, I mean, and listen, I'm not one to talk. I've aged like a piece of snakeskin sitting out in the Arizona desert. All right, so believe me, I'm not sitting here like saying I'm Fabio. All I'm saying is, you remember these freestyle singers. I was bouncing at this club, doing security, up on stage. They always put me on the stage. They were like, "Yo, you go on the stage. You're good at what you do. You go up on the stage, and you'll be the closest to them in case someone tries to bum rush the stage." So I was up close. I was smelling their perfume. But yeah, Michelle sent me that video of 2 Turned On. 2 Turned On. We got Oliver yet?
We got him.
Oliver! Obviously, I'd be better if we were on Zoom. I'll make sure next week, it's all taken care of. I don't know what happened, but nonetheless, we have you on the air. How was your weekend? It was great, filled with sports. The kids all had different sports. One of my daughters and Emilio had evaluations for softball and baseball. It was a really good weekend. We're doing a lot in the house. We're moving a lot of stuff around. So just crazy times, but it was good. All right, let's get first to Derek Jeter. He goes to Miami after a storied career with the New York Yankees. To me, it was a little shocking that he takes a position with Florida, part ownership, running the ship for a few years. Doesn't really, to me at least, make Miami that much better than they were without him. All right, so I mean, yeah, his tenure almost reminds me, not as bad, but almost reminds me of Phil Jackson with the Knicks. I mean, obviously not as bad, but definitely not something to write home about. Right, right. Now, do you think we're going to be playing 162 games this year? We'll have to wait and see. I hope they get it together like everybody else. But it's all about the money right now. It's nothing about making the game better. It's just all about making their pockets fatter. All right, let's go to basketball. The New York Nets were on a horrific stretch. I think they lose 12 out of 13. Whatever it was, I mean, it was horrible. But their win against Milwaukee the other day was like winning the Super Bowl of basketball. That's probably their biggest win of the season. Should be interesting when all the Nets are on the court. You know, Simmons, Durant, Kyrie, you know, everybody's on the court. They may make a run at the end, tighten it up for the playoffs. Right. No, so they're crosstown rivals, the New York Knicks. They just keep basically doing themselves in. They looked good for 3/4 of the game against the new look Sixers, but just imploded in the fourth quarter. Right. Brian Avenue Bob says he heard that they just settled. MLB and the Players Association. Did they just settle, Kev? No. So Brian Avenue Bob trying to start nonsense here, wants me to spread some falsehoods on my show. Don't get too excited. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to call in Friday on his show and, be someone else undercover. All right, so the Knicks stink, basically. They're going for a draft pick. They haven't gotten rid of Randall. Has your opinion on the coach changed at all? I mean, does he need to go? Should he stay? What's your thoughts on Thibodeau right now?
To be honest with you, I think Thibodeau needs to go. To wake up to something.
Wow. So you've pretty much changed your mind. All right. So Brian Avenue Bob is sticking firm to his unnamed sources, Channel 7. He said that baseball players union have now come to terms. Now again, I don't know if this is Brian Avenue Bob, since he can't be the clam chowder king. Though some of you out there won't understand what I'm saying, he certainly does. I think he's trying to sabotage my show. But nonetheless,
honestly, I'm looking at every major baseball writer on Twitter, and no one's mentioned them.
Nothing. So Brian Avenue Bob, he's probably just as senile as Putin. He's lost his mind. Sometimes you hear that Friday night 6 to 8, the little clementia. But I don't know. We'll have to wait for confirmation, one way or the other. I think it's a sabotage. It's a hit job on the King of Radio. Yes.
So far, there's nothing.
Nothing, right? I mean, you would think we'd be on top of this. But again, I'm not saying it's not happening. All I'm saying is I think he's a little upset because some other guy we know is going to be a star in the movies. He's going to be the clam chowder king. And, Brian Avenue Bob always wanted to be that. So, anyway,
all it says is Major League Baseball and the Players Union will be resuming talks soon. That's 15 minutes ago.
Okay.
Nothing for nothing. I mean, this really calls for boycotting Brian Avenue's show on Friday. I mean, he's trying to ruin my show. I think we deserve a 1-week boycott, everybody. All right?
Just call into a show and tell them that the Beatles are getting back together.
No doubt. That's a good one. No doubt. All right, what else we got, brother? What else we got before we wrap it up? I got Mark Hannick calling back in. I got to get to that nut job. What else did we not cover?
And Aaron Rodgers wants to be the highest paid quarterback in Green Bay. He wants $50 million a year, so I don't know about that.
I don't know about that type of money, but him being the highest paid quarterback, I'm okay with that, to be honest with you. Listen, if Dak Prescott can get $40 million a year, isn't Aaron Rodgers worth $75?
He's a better quarterback, no question about
Oh,
that.
Aaron Rodgers is better blindfolded with one hand tied behind his back than Dak Prescott. I would take him, and even with one eyeball, like a cyclops. If Aaron Rodgers had one eye on his forehead, I would still take him over Dak.
Yeah, I think he needs to, for him, I'm pulling for him to get his money, but for the team, I think he needs to, just sit back a little bit and overthink this because of the cap.
Right. By the way, Bryan Avenue Bob, I was mistaken. He was saying that Hamburglar and Burger King have made up their differences. They've settled their differences. That it wasn't the baseball players and the union. It was Hamburglar and Burger King. They've agreed to disagree. They both think their burger is the best, but now at least they can talk about it in the park. So that's what Bryan Avenue Bob was referring to. All right. Listen, my brother, we got a little rough one this week. We'll fix it up next week. We'll make sure we got the Zoom up and running right. I don't know what happened, but I do want to thank you for calling in and sharing what you got with us.
Always, brother, and thank you for always having me on, and I'll see you next week.
It's my absolute pleasure, man. I really look forward to this. I know you enjoy it immensely, as do I. All the love, brother. Say hi to Mom and Dad, all right?
Oh, Peter.
Yo.
Peter.
Yo.
You know what tomorrow is?
Tomorrow's March 1st.
Yes, I heard that was our first show last year.
Last year was our first show? Tomorrow? You mean last year? Tomorrow. Tomorrow is 1 year anniversary?
Yes.
All hail! Everybody give all hail! All hail to the anniversary tomorrow. Hey, brother, listen. God works in strange ways, but I'm glad He worked extra strange and brought you into my life, man. Thanks again for doing what you do here. I really appreciate it.
Same here. Thank you for always having me on, and thank you for believing in me.
No, always, brother, always, man. Listen, all the love to you. We'll see you next Monday. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we should have Mark Hannick to take us to the finish line.
If it concerns the Hudson Valley, it concerns us. AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
When winter storms hit, WRCR is your total information source.
Delays, postponements, and cancellations.
Frequently updated weather forecasts from our exclusive meteorologist, Mark Hannick.
Direct reports from road crews who are out there making it safe for you to travel.
They'll tell you which roads are passable or whether it's advisable to just stay put.
It's a total team effort, and we win every time.
So stay right here throughout the winter.
AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
Your total winter weather information source.
Hi, I'm Roxanne Watson, inviting you to join us every Wednesday morning at 9:15 a.m. for Michael's Gifts, a weekly program that focuses on organ donation and patient advocacy. I will be taking your calls and share real-life stories. This show is dedicated in honor of my donor, Michael Boville, United States Coast Guard, and his amazing family. That's Michael's Gifts, every Wednesday at 9:15 a.m. Michael's Gifts is sponsored by Live On New York.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission to have more people sign up as organ, eye, and tissue donors.
Are you an organ donor?
What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States.
Now she's a powerful force for good.
That's my goal.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Want to see the faces that go with the voices on WRCR Radio? Then like us on Facebook.
Facebook? I hate Facebook and all that social media. People don't know how to communicate anymore. If anyone ever texts me,
Carrie, can you please close the recording door next time?
So type in WRCR on your Facebook search or go to WRCR.com for the direct link.
Now let's take a look at the road with Hudson Valley traffic. Still big delays in Downs Ferry on the northbound Sawmill, a crash with injuries involved right before Lawrence Street, exit 16. At least one lane is blocked. Delay so far of a half hour back from Farragut Parkway. 9A is stopping on northbound, connecting up to Sawmill River Road. Hutch is delayed northbound, exit 4 due to the Cross County, and again North Avenue to Mamaroneck Road. New York State Thruway looks good, so does 84. There's a crash in East Fishkill and the Taconic northbound before Beekman Road, and 9W is delayed northbound 15 minutes extra from 84 to Old Post Road, and southbound delays as well into Fostertown Road from Old Post Road. This week at Macy's, get a jump start on spring essentials with great deals on updated floral dresses, sharp suits, comfy pajamas, and more. Going on now at Macy's. Plus Star Rewards members can earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimeyer.
Weather for tonight, increasing clouds with the low around 20 degrees. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 44. Wind chill values between 20 and 30 degrees as the wind will increase in gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. For Tuesday night, a 20% chance of showers before 11 p.m. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with the low around 32. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 49 degrees. For Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 39. And for Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37 degrees. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 33.
Yeah, will I ever get to see the Tappan Zee Bridge again? Yeah, but I'm always going to consider it the Tappan Zee Bridge. Well, Lloyd's going to Chicago now for the next week.
Lloyd, like I said, when Lloyd gets back, that would mean when Lloyd gets back from Chicago. Do you still have your car?
Well, it really is my car because I haven't officially sold it to Lloyd yet. But Lloyd is constantly asking me to sell him the car, and you know that new car prices and used car prices have skyrocketed like never before. First time in history that used cars are actually appreciating in value because there's so short supply of all the electronics, the computer-oriented hardware in a car, and so on. It's very, very difficult to get a used car that's in great condition.
No, you're absolutely right. But listen, you must take into consideration everything Lloyd does for you, so there's got to be some discount, I'm sure, applied.
Well, there is. I appreciate everything that Lloyd does, and he really needs that car because his granddaughter has started college, and she goes to Albany, so that's a good distance to drive with a nice, almost new car.
Right, but then that leaves you without a car. So if Lloyd has to run an errand for you, does he have a car available to run errands, like get groceries or whatever you may need? Doctor appointment?
Well, he can either run errands or he can actually take me physically. You know, he can actually bring me to the store.
Well, I'm saying that so he has another car. He doesn't need your car to serve as his car. He needs your car for his granddaughter.
Well, there are usually about 4 cars in Lloyd's driveway.
Right.
His wife has 2 cars, and Lloyd has 2 cars. And
Right.
They're not counting the...
Is Lloyd a mechanic or a used car? Is Lloyd a mechanic or a used car salesman?
No, he's not. He spent many years running the Jacoby Hospital X-ray department. He was in charge of all radiology for many, many years. So but he just likes working on cars. He likes working in different odds and ends, and he has to get, I mean, he's very talented in a lot of different work. He does a lot on his own.
Good, good. No, that's good, and it's good to have a friend like Lloyd. So back to you, though. Forget about Lloyd for now. That'll be our next communication. We'll have a show dedicated to Lloyd. Right now, let's get back to you and your well-being. So you're telling me that different times of the day you feel as if you could be your own advocate and take care of yourself, but other times you're unable to. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Now, why do you think that? Why do you think you have the strength certain times throughout the day to take care of yourself and other times you do not?
Well, it's hard to say. It depends on how much sleep I'm losing and how much sleep I get. It depends on a lot of different things.
Right. So Bryan Avenue Bob has offered to take you to the Tappan Zee Bridge if you call into his show on Friday. And he said he requests that you call his show on Friday to set up a time where he could come pick you up and take you to the bridge. He actually offered to walk the bridge with you if you'd like. But you must call his show to tighten up the details.
Well, considering the fact that walking to the ballpark today was a monumental event in terms of walking a grand total of 0.4 of a mile there and back, I think it might be a while before I'll be able to tackle it.
Yeah, no, I think that I was just texting the Bryan Avenue Bob. I think that's a little much. I think his offer of coming to Scarsdale to pick you up and get lunch, to get you lunch and then take you to the bridge, that in itself is enough. I don't want to see you overdoing it. So when you call his show Friday, just let him know that the walk is probably too much at this point, but the next time that he picks you up, that you may be able to attempt the walk. But at least for now, you guys can get lunch, talk, and he can take you over the bridge a couple times.
Well, I think if we had a lunch, it would have to be. Well, I mean.
Yeah, no. Listen. No, that's not for here to discuss. He let me read this thing. Hold on. He just sent it. Tell Mark to call me Friday night live on my show. In front of all my audience, I will show him how much I care. If he needs a ride to the bridge, I will take him and treat him to lunch as well. All right?
Yeah, that's one of my listeners who has his own radio show is agreeing. I was just telling this to Nicole. He's actually.
Yeah. You know, he doesn't have a radio show. This guy's the king of radio. He is the host of the Doo-Wop Dream Machine. He doesn't just have a show. He has a cult following, literally. I would love a calendar of his cult following callers. That thing would sell like hotcakes.
He's almost got it. It's almost like Cousin Brucey.
No, there's no comparison. Listen to me. Cousin Brucey has made the fame, the fortune. He's gotten, the travel, flown out across the world because he's come. Bryan Avenue Bob has the cult following. He is really the king of doo-wop. But let's continue this dialogue. What are your thoughts on baseball? Are we going to play 162 games?
Yeah, I'm just telling Nicole that I want to thank her for all the great help she's done today. She's done an outstanding job as an aide, and I hope that I can work with her that she would be one of the more regular nurses.
My first day, right?
First day over here, right?
You want me to pull this down?
No, that's all right.
Mark, did you ever see that movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield when he goes back to college with his son?
Bye, Nicole. Thank you.
All right. Bye, Nicole. Thank you. Did she change your diaper?
Did she change the diaper?
I want to interview Nicole. I want to interview the nurse who has to take care of Mark Hannock for 8 hours. Sit here and hear stories about you. Give her the number to the radio station and tell her to call in tomorrow. All right, listen. You know I'm always here for you in the afternoon. We have a fraction of the listening audience of the morning show, but nonetheless, you're always welcome here in the afternoon to call in.
Well, I appreciate that very, very much, Pete. And now, I'll call much more often now, I think.
Yeah, no doubt. And don't forget to call Friday. And Bryan Avenue Bob, actually, he has a doo-wop Dream Machine party that he would love for you to attend. Maybe you can coordinate a ride. I'm sure one of his many guests going to that party would be more than obliged to take that trip to pick you up, and then he'll drive you home afterwards. You know, you guys could probably stop out for midnight, a nightcap or something.
Yeah, that would be very difficult. I wouldn't be able to after a certain time.
No. Okay, well, at least you can go out and sit in Bryan Avenue Bob's car, enjoy his company, and look at the bridge. He's dedicated to doing that. I got to wrap up the show. I want to thank you for calling in. It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to you calling again. I'm always here for you.
All right, I appreciate that invitation from Bryan Avenue Bob. I wonder if Brewster Bob would give me the same invitation.
Yeah, Brewster Bob could probably pick you up and take you to Bryan Avenue Bob's party, no doubt. That would be great. There's Brewster Bob, there's Bryan Avenue Bob, there's Corn on the Cob. And listen, all the love, brother Mark Hannock, Panic with Hannock tomorrow morning. This is Clem in the PM. All hail the king. It was rough, but we got through. Woo! Till tomorrow, all the love and adios, Clemigos.